Hi there, I'm Carrie Quimby, registered dietitian nutritionist at Brattleboro Memorial Hospital, and welcome to our first Rise Vermont cooking demo. So as a nutritionist, I am frequently guiding folks to eat more veggies. Sounds familiar, right? We know they're good for us, we know we should eat more, but often we just fall short. I often hear from patients though, I might eat more veggies if I could have them with some dip. Okay, deal. Today we're going to make hummus, a healthy, easy dip that you can serve with vegetables, crackers, even use as a sandwich spread. Now certainly you can buy hummus at your local grocery store, but I find it's a little bland and pasty. And like most things, making food from scratch yourself is always so much better. Why? Well, you can control the ingredients. You can do less salt, less sugar. You can make it fit your individual taste preferences. Lots of garlic, no garlic. Spicy, no spice. You know exactly what is in there. It's going to cost less. So certainly you are using your valuable time, but the money spent out will be less, sometimes considerably less. And finally, there is pleasure in making something good and good for you, for yourself and your family. So, hummus, I've got some canned chickpeas. This is a local store brand. I have drained them. And sidebar, this liquid from the can of chickpeas is called aquafaba, and you can use it as an egg replacement in baking. It will even whip up kind of like meringue. So it's kind of cool, right? So, chickpeas into my little food processor. Next, I have some citrus. I'm using lemon. A couple of tips on lemon. I think fresh is always best. I like to roll the citrus a few times to sort of break up the cells. It will release its juice a little bit easier. I always add zest when a recipe calls for citrus juice. I add some zest also. I've got a handy little microplaner, and you just want to get the outer layer of lemony goodness for this dish. So I have the juice of the zest and the juice of a lemon. I also have this handy lemon squeezer, citrus squeezer. You can certainly do it by hand, but I find this is a handy tool because fresh citrus juice is a wonderful addition to recipes. So, zest and juice of a lemon. Certainly lemons come in different sizes and different amounts of juice. If you like it really lemony, you might want 2 lemons. It's going to go in here. Next, I have tahini. So tahini is a pretty standard ingredient in Middle Eastern cooking. It is just ground, roasted sesame seeds. It has a high amount of healthy polyunsaturated fats. It's got some good minerals, including calcium, copper, magnesium, and molybdenum. You can buy it at most grocery stores. There's usually several different varieties to choose from. You have to try them all and see which one you like. So open sesame from Arabian Nights, right? I think that saying came from the fact that when a sesame seed pod is ripe, it pops open. So this will separate naturally, so give it a good stir before you use it. I am going to add about 1/4 cup. And I've seen recipes that sometimes use twice as much tahini. So if you love tahini, go for it. Next I have some liquid. I have a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I have 3 tablespoons of cold water. And then I've got my seasonings. I've got some fresh garlic. I've got a little bit of salt, not to make it salty, but to just sort of meld the flavors, about 1/8 teaspoon. And then I have got some cumin. And that is it. So I'm going to turn on this food processor. This little guy is very noisy, so I'm just going to do it briefly. I actually have a finished product like the magic of camera. Here's one I sort of garnished up a bit with some veggies and crackers. I don't know if you can see that. So, if you don't have a food processor, you can use a blender. I would also, though, changing the stuff I'm going to talk about next, which is just like noisy, right? So if you have a little bit more time, you can cook the canned chickpeas for 15 or 20 minutes. It's going to soften them. A canned chickpea still has a pretty firm texture, and it's going to be less smooth. So you can pre-cook your chickpeas canned, or you can even go from dry. So certainly more time and energy. Plan ahead. You need to soak those chickpeas overnight. Then you're going to cook them with a little bit of salt, a little bit of baking soda for about 45 minutes, and then continue with your recipe. It makes a wonderful, creamy, smooth, delicious, delectable hummus. In fact, it's a staple breakfast food in Israel. So if you don't have a processor or a blender, I would probably either cook further your canned chickpeas or go from dry, and then you're going to need some elbow grease with a good potato masher. And you may need more liquid, but it will certainly work. So other change-ups, you can use any bean in your cupboard. If you got white beans, great, swap it for the chickpeas, red kidney beans, black kidney beans. So the thing with black is they end up sort of being, the dip or the hummus is sort of gray, so I would definitely save some beans and decorate it up, make it sort of visually appealing, maybe some parsley or cilantro, red pepper, tomato, but it will be a delicious dip. I like to substitute lime for the lemon, add a little bit of coriander, delicious. Other additions that you could try, adding in roasted red pepper, sun-dried tomato, Kalamata olives, roasted garlic, fresh herbs. I mean, really, you make it suit yourself. So have fun designing your own hummus. Next time, we're going to make a dressing from tahini, so see you then.